It's kind of crazy how much we underestimate what can happen in a single week. We're always told that real, meaningful transformation, it takes months, years even. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the only thing that's really holding you back isn't time at all, but a decision? Today we're going to dive into this powerful idea that change isn't a slow crawl, it's a spark.
And this quote, man, it really gets to the heart of it. Change isn't about waiting for the perfect Monday or a New Year's resolution. It's about a single, non-negotiable moment where you decide. It's that instant you stop negotiating with laziness and just act. It's the shift from passively hoping for something to actively commanding it. So really, what can happen in just 1 week? Look, it's not about becoming some entirely new person overnight. It's more about shedding the old version of yourself. The one who makes excuses, the one who ducks and weaves around challenges. Just 1 week of focused, intentional action can make the person you see in the mirror feel totally different. And this right here is the absolute core of it. The thing is, you already have everything you need to start. The problem was never a lack of resources, it's a lack of these 3 internal states. The urgency to act now, the clarity on exactly what needs to change, and the rock-solid commitment to see it through. Okay, but if it's that simple, why is it so damn hard? To get that, we have to look at the very real, very high cost of putting things off. We need to dissect the psychology behind why we stay stuck, even when we know it's not doing us any good. It's a pattern, a habit, and boy, does it have a deep grip on us. So let's just ask the question directly. Why do we stay stuck? Is it about comfort? Is it fear? A lot of the time, it's simply because we are running on autopilot. Our days are being run by old programming, not by conscious choices we're making in the moment. We're just stuck in this loop, wondering why the scenery never ever changes. This slide really lays out the 2 realities we can choose to live in, right? On one side, you've got that autopilot mindset. It's all about delay, excuses, staying comfortable. It's where you're constantly negotiating with your own laziness. But on the other side, you've got the intentional mindset. That's about decision, action, and embracing challenge. It's the difference between a day happening to you versus you commanding the day.
And this is such a crucial point to understand. Delay, putting things off, it's not a neutral act. Every single time you choose the easy way out, or you skip the workout, or you just scroll instead of creating something, you are actively feeding the very identity you claim you want to get away from. That old version of you has had its turn. The person you're becoming can't afford that baggage.
So, how in the world do we break free from this cycle? Well, we shift our focus away from motivation and towards strategy. Think about it. Motivation comes and goes. It's totally unreliable. Strategy, though, that's about making a cold, calculated, non-negotiable decision that a certain behavior just ends, right here, right now.
So when we use this word urgency, we're not talking about panic or some kind of frantic, stressed-out energy. Nope, we're talking about this, a deliberate, conscious commitment. It's the decision that says, this habit, it ends with me today. It's that moment you stop debating with yourself and you simply execute.
So what does this actually look like in real life? It's deciding that starting tomorrow, you will command your morning instead of letting your phone do it for you. It's finding just 1 week habit. Maybe it's negative self-talk, maybe it's junk food, and just cutting it off completely. It's deciding to move your body with purpose, not because you feel like it, but because that's who you are now. These are real, strategic, immediate actions.
And let's be super clear here. You don't have to fix your entire life in 1 day. That's totally overwhelming. The goal is way simpler. Just break one destructive loop. Interrupt a single pattern today, and you create the space for a stronger version of you to show up tomorrow. That one little break, it can change everything.
And this is where it all leads. These small, urgent actions, they aren't just about changing your habits. They are about fundamentally rewiring your identity. Action is the language your brain understands. When you consistently act like the person you want to be, well, eventually, you just become that person.
You have to get this. The very moment you act on a new decision, you prove to yourself that your past has zero power over you. Your old programming, that old identity, they are not your masters. You are in control. And the psychological rewards you get from this, they are immense. Every single decisive action builds self-respect. It generates real, tangible momentum. It rewires your inner voice from, I hope I can, to, I know I will. And this creates this incredible feedback loop of self-trust where you naturally start to starve your distractions because you're way too busy fueling your vision.
So many of us see discipline as this harsh, restrictive punishment, but it's the exact opposite. It is the ultimate gift you can give yourself. It's the proof, the hard evidence that you keep the promises you make to yourself. And there is no greater foundation for real confidence than that.
Okay, so let's circle back to that 7-day idea. I want you to think of it not as a complete transformation, but more like a proof of concept. It's one focused week designed to do one thing, generate a spark of momentum, and give you undeniable proof that you are capable of massive change. It really all boils down to this. One choice, one single decision to cut out one weak habit, one moment where you decide to own your morning, one act of discipline. That is the single domino that can start a cascade of positive change that rewires your entire life. So the goal isn't to be perfect for a week. The real goal is to start a streak. One day becomes two becomes three. You're just stacking wins. And every single win reinforces this new identity, making it harder and harder to go back to the old way of being. This isn't a temporary diet. It's a permanent identity shift.
And so we end with this question. The version of you that's been defined by delay, by excuses, by comfort, that version has had its chance. It got you to where you are today, but it cannot take you where you truly want to go. So the real question isn't about what you'll do tomorrow or next week. It's about who you will decide to be, starting right now.